If you dream of making a change in the world by using your business skills, this is the program for you. At C3, we believe that making money by doing good is not only possible, but necessary to solve pressing social and environmental issues for good. And more importantly, this is already happening. Both philanthropic and commercial organizations are converging towards what we call for-purpose organizations. A for-purpose organization could be a CSR-focused business, a financially sustainable nonprofit, or a social business. So what is a social enterprise? A social enterprise is an organization that embeds a social or environmental mission into its core strategy and business model. Social enterprises are independent and self-sustainable. More than half of their proceeds need to come from commercial activities, and more than half of their profits get reinvested in their social mission. Their social or environmental impact needs to be proven and sizable. There are many success stories that demonstrate the potential of social entrepreneurship. Let's take a look at 3 of these stories: Water.org, Aspire, and Tom's Shoes. Water.org was founded by Gary White, whom we had the honor of welcoming at Social Enterprise Week 2014. Water.org brings water and sanitation to low-income communities. After years of traditional philanthropy, the organization moved from running pure charitable initiatives to partnering with local microfinance institutions. Water.org started giving small loans to families and communities so they could finance their own access to clean water and toilets. Instead of paying over 100% interest rates to loan sharks, and therefore making it almost impossible to break the poverty trap, Water.org offers a microfinance loan at the more affordable rate of 25% interest. As each loan is repaid, the money is redeployed to fund other sanitation projects. By measuring its impact, Water.org makes sure its solutions are sustainable in the long run and not dependent on donations. Aspire was the 2013 Hult Prize winning team. As you may know already, the Hult Prize is the world's biggest social business competition for MBA students. Every year, former President Bill Clinton announces a new social business challenge for students to meet. In 2013, the challenge was food security. Formed by McGill students, Aspire came up with a system of micro-farming insects. Insects are already consumed by 3 billion people on a seasonal basis. By making them available all year long, Aspire ensures that those 3 billion people always have access to highly nutritious food. This innovation shows us that often the most efficient solutions are those that are right in front of us. Tom's probably doesn't need an introduction. The 1-for-1 shoe company promises that for every pair of Tom's bought, another pair goes to a child in need. Probably one of the most well-known social enterprises in the world, Tom's has had its share of criticism, mainly for the negative impact they have had on indigenous shoe production in their countries of operation. In response to that criticism, Tom's started to measure their social impact and partnered with organizations on the ground who helped them implement their social impact programs more successfully. The Tom's story shows that engaging with all stakeholders is critical for successful long-term social impact. Being humble as well as open to feedback and change helps organizations learn from their mistakes. They become stronger and able to respond better to unintended consequences. Aside from global examples, we have many success stories from the MENA region spanning across sectors and focusing on very diverse social and environmental issues. At C3, we are very familiar with GCC-based companies such as Masca, a UAE-based high-end gift wrapping enterprise that uses fabric rather than paper as gift wrap. By leasing sewing machines and providing fabric, Masca enables underprivileged women to earn an income. With training and encouragement, these marginalized women can make as many gift wraps as they have time for, giving them a flexible schedule for family responsibilities and saving the extra income for their children's education. Palestyle is C3's greatest success story to date. The first SROI accredited social enterprise in the Middle East, this luxury fashion social brand is setting the bar high for social enterprises in the region. By putting embroidery made by Palestinian refugee women on their high-end bags and leather goods, Palestyle ensures that the Palestinian heritage is kept alive and that these women have an additional source of income. Palestyle's own CSR initiatives include planting olive trees in the West Bank and providing clean water tanks in refugee camps. Greenshine is the winner of the 2013 Dubai Plus Acumen Social Business Plan competition. This car washing company doesn't use water at all, only biodegradable, chemically free fluids that are good for the car and good for the environment. This solution is very appropriate given our desert surroundings. GYEM is a platform created by the youth, for the youth, to express themselves and turn their passions into innovative solutions that serve them, their communities, and humanity as a whole. In the healthcare space, C3 supported Silla, an online platform for patients to rate and review UAE-based medical practitioners. Silla not only promotes higher standards of medical care, but it also supports a patient-centric community, key in a transitional place like the UAE, where many residents feel isolated during and after an illness. And lastly, travel. If you are looking for ethical adventure, then Wild Guanabana is your agency. Specializing in carbon-neutral, leave-nothing-behind-you travel, Wild Guanabana ensures every location you visit is left intact, and no damage is done to the natural and cultural heritage of the country. Having looked at some successful examples, we'd now like to take a deep dive into social impact measurement and how to leverage it to convey social enterprise messages. In our next section, we explore two areas that are often very puzzling for many who are new to social entrepreneurship: measuring social impact and the power of storytelling. As an illustrative and inspiring example, we shall use Wonder Bag. Wonder Bag is an innovative cooking product that uses zero energy once the food is in the bag. No electricity, no fire, nothing. You only need to bring your food to the boil on the stove and then let it continue cooking in the Wonder Bag. This method of cooking retains rich nutrients in the food, lowers air pollution, and reduces energy consumption. Wonder Bag is widely used in urban slums and refugee camps, where the issues of indoor air pollution are very severe. It also has retail value, selling on Amazon, and uses the same one-for-one model as Tom's, making sure the bags reach those in need. As mentioned, Wonder Bag targets those communities affected by high indoor pollution from wood fires. But this is not all. Wonder Bag also addresses other global development issues that are used to demonstrate its social impact. In terms of storytelling, showing impact is a great way to start. Not only does it create an emotional connection with the audience, but it also draws them into the story. This is an infographic, a visual representation of how Wonder Bag impacts multiple social issues. These issues are segmented as people, deforestation, water consumption, and health and safety. Wonder Bag puts numbers into perspective by showing us that deforestation in the next 24 hours will release just as much carbon as 8 million people traveling from London to New York. Instead of giving us statistics that we can't relate to, this way of illustrating social issues has far greater impact, especially with target audiences of donors, investors, suppliers, etc. The storytellers have created a context to help us visualize and therefore better understand Wonder Bag's impact. Another effective way to show Wonder Bag's potential impact is to examine the correlation between cooking with firewood and sexual assault. Women walk for kilometers to collect wood, and as a result are more vulnerable and exposed to sexual violence. And if all of that isn't shocking enough, we learn that every 20 seconds a person dies because of indoor air pollution. After laying out the problems, Wonderbag offers us a solution. We learn how and why Wonderbag was created, and we can appreciate the impact it is currently having on the lives of people that use it. From reducing the exposure of women to assault when collecting firewood, to saving disposable income in the households that now spend 30% less on fuel, we appreciate the impact a simple product like this has on the community. But the Wonderbag solution doesn't stop here. We also see the great impact it has on the planet in terms of reducing deforestation, water consumption, and the carbon footprint. After showing us their current impact, Wonderbag shares with us their future goal: to produce and distribute 100 million Wonderbags. That seems like quite an ambitious goal, doesn't it? Let's see what 100 million Wonderbags would mean to people and planet. 100 million Wonderbags could save 170 million trees, 15.6 billion liters of water, and 100 million tons of carbon. It would also create 100,000 new jobs, resulting in $3.6 billion of disposable income. That sounds great, right? But what do those numbers actually mean? Can you picture 170 million trees? Do you know how much 15.6 billion liters of water actually is? Wonderbag takes us through examples that illustrate clearly what these numbers mean. We are shown that 15.6 billion liters of water equal 6 times the annual water usage of Gambia. Now, that puts things into perspective, doesn't it? You probably can't picture 170 million trees, but you understand that if it's more than the total area of New York City, it must be substantial. You are starting to realize that 100 million Wonderbags will really have a huge impact on the planet and the people. Ever been to Charleston in the US or Blackburn in the UK? 100 million Wonderbags will create 100,000 new jobs, which equals the population of these two cities. 100 million tons of carbon equals the carbon emission of 12 million small cars. By describing their goal this way, we, the audience, can connect with the numbers and picture what these numbers mean. They are not so abstract anymore. We can relate to them. This is especially important if your enterprise deals with issues that seem heavy or are in distant places. Now, you know that $3.6 billion is a lot. But did you know that it equals the annual GDP of a whole country? This gets you thinking of how much can actually be done if Wonderbag reaches its target. To make sure you get your point across, it's always a good idea to recap, especially if you included a lot of information. This slide shows us the impact of 100 million Wonderbags and prepares us for their call to action. Social enterprise stories should always end with a call to action. Social entrepreneurs should make sure that potential partners, investors, or distributors get the point. If they do, they might want to be involved. Never miss out on the opportunity to engage them even further. The main takeaway from Wonderbag's example is the importance of having social impact metrics and being able to show impact. Being able to tell a compelling story will engage and inspire your audience. Never underestimate the power of storytelling. Special thanks to Wonderbag for sharing their inspirational story with C3, and to our knowledge partner, the Sustainability Platform, for developing this module with us. To get ready to make a change in the world, don't miss the 3rd module of our mini starter program. We will show you key steps and milestones to launch a successful social enterprise. If you want more examples of amazing social enterprises that we have the privilege to support, or if you have any questions, please give us a shout via email or social media. And don't forget to register online. Join the vibrant C3 community of social entrepreneurs and volunteers now.